in the NL Central, all of a sudden looking, oh, there's the Chicago Cubs just one game back, Dylan.
Now. Yeah.
Tale of two cities, the Cubs surging, the Brewers of Milwaukee fallen, and that lead in their NL Central is tightened to just one game. The Cubs, of course, have won 6 games in a row, haven't lost since the All-Star break. The Brewers have dropped 5 in a row, including a 4-game sweep to the also resurgent Pittsburgh Pirates in the NL Central.
Making things interesting in the Central.
When we look at the Vegas odds of this particular division, Dylan, the Cubs are still a heavy favorite to win the NL Central. 20 to 33 is the odds you get on the Cubs. 17 to 10 for the Brewers. 8 to 1 for the Cardinals. And if you really feel like rolling the dice on the Buccos, it's 20 to 1. Do you think the Cubs are a good value, or would you roll the dice on a St. Louis or Milwaukee, or maybe even a Pittsburgh?
I think the Cubs are your play here.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I know, obviously, if you don't gamble a lot, you don't understand those odds. You got to give up. You got to risk more than you're willing to win for those Cubs with the odds. And the odds only got slimmer for the Cubs to win the division once they acquired Quintana. And I really think this has a lot to do with Theo's leadership. Theo first said, the answer's in-house. That was a message to everyone in the Cubs organization. We're good enough to win without me making a move. But a true leader doesn't always lead just with their words, but also with their actions. Then he goes and gets Quintana. And studying the lines, as I tend to do, the degenerate I am, the odds really started this way once the Quintana trade happened. They became big favorites. It was about even money favorite to win the division. Then they go and get Quintana. And now, with Quintana's first outing in blue being so dominant, all those strikeouts and 7 strong innings, the odds are only going to get worse. So I think the Cubs are going to win the division. I think you're going to get worse odds as it goes on, especially if they leapfrog them soon. These two teams play in about 10 days here. I think the odds are only going to get worse. So if you want to make a play on the Cubs, I do think that is the bet, and I do think you have to make that play soon. Brewers aren't scoring right now. They've scored two runs like every game. If you look at their offense, 2 runs, 2 runs, 2 runs, 2 runs. They got to start hitting some of their young players that had great first halves. Are just starting to slow down and come back down to earth. This guy and some others.
I don't think studious is ever a word Mama and Papa McGordy heard during parent-teacher conferences back in the day, but ever since you...
No, wedgie was a word they heard a lot more than studious. Yeah.
The odds... I hope you were giving and not receiving.
A little both.
A little both.
Yeah, you give, you're going to get.
Take the good with the bad.
I got some.
Take the good with the